Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We are back with more Resident Evil news and rumors. In one of my previous videos, we talked about the development and leaks of the next installment in the Resident Evil franchise, Resident Evil 9, also codenamed Apocalypse. Well, a lot of you guys were asking about the Resident Evil Village DLC and the potential remake of Resident Evil 4. For this video, we are strictly going to stick to the Resident Evil 4 remake, because there is a decent amount of news to cover on this topic alone. So here's everything I have been able to gather from industry insiders and other sources on the topic. Now, it is important to note that Capcom has not acknowledged the existence of an RE4 remake, nor have they acknowledged any of the information that you are about to hear. So as always, keep your salt shakers handy. With that said, let's jump straight into the topic of today's video. Many reputable leakers have claimed that the RE4 remake is in development. Twitter user DustGolem, who is a source for leaks we use on the channel quite frequently, claims that the Resident Evil 4 remake is being developed under the codename Chainsaw and will be a cross-platform title, meaning PlayStation will not have exclusivity over this Resident Evil title, and it will also be playable on Xbox and PC. Here is the entire thread on Twitter if you guys want to go ahead and give it a read. DustGolem goes into more detail about the information that he has on the project. Other sources of information come from none other than the voice actor of Albert Wesker himself, DC Douglas. Now, this was clearly a mistake on DC's end, since the tweet has been deleted along with his entire Twitter account. But in the tweet, Douglas claims he is going to be reprising his role as Wesker in an upcoming game, and even went so far as to post concept art of Albert Wesker. This was clearly a breach of NDA, and it subsequently led to the termination of his Twitter account. Although that may not be the only reason for his Twitter account being deleted, there have been a bunch of negative rumors that have surfaced pertaining to DC Douglas's personal life, which is definitely a topic for another day. But that's just a bit of information that I happened to stumble upon. But let's stick to the topic at hand. The leaks don't stop there. Another major source of information comes from Nvidia. The company suffered a huge data breach, and subsequently, a dump of information from their GeForce Now database was released to the general public. In this released data, there were a list of unreleased PC games. Now, Nvidia did attempt to cover up the leak by stating that the list contained, quote, released and/or speculative titles used only for internal tracking and testing. However, many of the titles mentioned on the list have already released, including the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Remaster and the God of War PC port. With this information, many people have come to the conclusion that the Resident Evil 4 remake will release very soon, more than likely this year. I also just wanted to mention that this data breach of Nvidia mentioned a lot more games than just the Capcom titles I had on screen, like a ton more games. For the sake of not having a longer video, I won't have all the titles that were leaked on screen, but I will have a link in the description for you guys to go and check out yourselves. And I suggest you do if you haven't seen it in the past. There are some massive games on the way to PC. Let's also not forget when developer Capcom was hacked. Yes sir, the sources do not stop. In 2020, developer Capcom was hacked, and much of its classified internal information was also leaked out to the public. This included a roadmap and release schedules for several upcoming games in 2022. Games including Street Fighter 6, Dragon's Dogma 2, and of course, the Resident Evil 4 remake. So there isn't a shortage of leaks or rumors and even classified information on the project. Resident Evil 4 remake is pretty much all but confirmed. Only thing left to do is just sit tight and wait for Capcom's next move. And that is going to do it for this video. Let me know what you guys think about these potential leaks and rumors pertaining to the Resident Evil 4 remake, codenamed Chainsaw. If you guys enjoyed the video or found it informative, consider leaving a like. It really helps the channel out a ton. For more updates on Resident Evil and video game news, subscribe to the channel. Till next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video.